Hello everyone and welcome. You are on the run with the Running Realtor. Join me as we highlight our small businesses and organizations. Our mission is to encourage you to support our community, shop locally, and enjoy all that Yuba-Sutter has to offer. So come run with me. On today's episode, we are going to go visit K. Roberts. But before we do, we have a little history for you. We are standing right underneath the iconic water tower, downtown Yuba City, next to K. Roberts. This water tower has been here since the 1930s. And in this black and white picture, you see firefighters and fire trucks. Can you guess why? That's right, we used to have a fire station right in front of this water tower in the 1930s. Hope you enjoyed that little history lesson. All right, let's run on over to K. Roberts. We are gonna go in there and interview Kevin Dehoff. He's the owner of K. Roberts. He just moved to this location, so come on in, let's go. Hello everyone, it's Olivia Huskey-The Running Realtor, and today we are at K. Roberts with owner Kevin Dehoff. Actually also owns the Country Florist. I'm super excited about today's episode. We are going to be talking about gifts and home decor, and we're going to get to know Kevin a little better too.
Perfect.
So yeah, I know most realtors, most people like, right, to shop home decor. I mean, who doesn't?
I agree.
I think realtors truly love, because we are shopping for our listings, we are shopping for our clients, and we are shopping for our homes too. So a little story, and I know I told you a little bit about it earlier, but I just came back from Arizona. A friend that moved there 4 years ago, originally from Yuba City, was born and raised here in Yuba City. So she comes back from time to time, and she asked me, who are you interviewing? I said, well, I'm interviewing Kevin from K. Roberts. And she says, I love that store. I go in there every time I get a chance.
Oh,
so
super.
She does. She showed me, she kind of, hey, I picked this out and that out. And she said, I love that store. It's unique,
Cool.
It's different, and I love everything in it. So we always like to start off by getting to know Kevin a little more.
Okay.
So I have 3 questions for you.
Sure.
Okay. Were you born and raised here in the Yuba-Sutter area?
I was born and raised here. I'm a honker.
You're a honker.
Yeah, went to Yuba City High School. My family's been here since the 30s.
Wow.
And my grandmother owned the Flower Bowl in Marysville from 1946 until she passed. So
That is great.
that's kind of where I got into the flower business also.
So you've all been here for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Your roots are here.
Yep.
Second question. What inspires Kevin? What wakes you up every morning?
You know, someone had once said, Kevin sees beauty in anything that he looks at. And it could be a seed pod, it could be a rock, it could be an expensive piece of Vietri pottery.
Yeah.
So I think just waking up every morning, getting to go to the flower shop, working with God's creations is pretty inspiring to me. And then that's when we developed K. Roberts, because even though it's not fresh flowers, but it's still beautiful objects for your home.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's kind of what we focus on here.
Wow, that's great. Third question. So if you have a bucket list, which most of us do, what is something that you want to do here soon? Sooner than later on your bucket list?
My bucket list, as I gotten older, has gotten smaller. A vacation would be super. You know, I don't know, I'm driven. I get up at 4:30 in the morning and I work till 6 at night, and I do that about 7 days a week.
Wow.
And it's either here at K. Roberts or at the flower shop. I mean, I get up at 1 a.m. on Wednesdays and go to San Francisco. So we have the best product available in our community. And I think that's kind of what's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Going to shows, finding interesting things. I consider those vacations because I get to travel. I get to get on a plane. So I mean, as far as a bucket list, fine dinners, friends.
Okay.
I'm content with all that.
Okay. How did you start this business? Why did you start this business here in the Yuba-Sutter area? And how did you come up with the name?
Okay. Well, the name is actually part of my name. My name is Kevin Robert Dehoff, and back in the 80s or early 90s, I guess, I had an antique store down in Central Valley, and it was called K. Roberts. And then when the idea to open this store here in our community came up, and so I kind of just jumped into it on my own.
Yeah.
So that's where K. Roberts came from, is my first initial and my middle name.
Okay, great. And then what made you start the business?
I mean, well, you know, I've always loved objects.
Yeah.
I enjoy art. I enjoy handmade items. I love made in USA.
Yeah.
I love things from Italy. I love things from London. And so it all just kind of came together as a home accessory store. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to go to some pretty incredible shows during the year that have some really unique and wonderful things to buy.
Great.
And so when I'm putting together a collection at a show, it might be 2 pieces from the showroom, 3 pieces from that. Do I have an idea of what I'm buying when I go? No. I buy what's pretty. And if I bought some lemons, absolutely, you know, but it's just part of the turf.
Yeah, and that was going to be my other question is, you go into all these different, I mean, there's beautiful items in here, different, unique. You don't find them in other stores. How do you know when you go to these different shows? That was going to be my question is, how do you walk into something and go, I'm buying that for the store. That's gonna look great in there, and it's gonna sell. You know, I mean, how?
You know, I don't go in with the attitude of, oh, this is gonna sell.
Right.
You know, I kind of stay away from the booths that are trendy and there's 3,500 people around it buying it because it's a hot item.
Yeah.
I buy things because I like them, and they're interesting, and then I also buy quality, and I think that's the key.
Yeah.
You know. Really try and focus on unusual name brand items. And then I go to a show in Philadelphia about every 3 years. It's all American handcrafts. Artists from all the United States come and sell their wares.
Yeah.
And we have several lines in the showroom that we carry from there. So I really focus on art objects, I would guess it would be.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we just went through the pandemic. We're still kind of in the ends of it. How did that affect your business going through the COVID year?
Sure.
And you just made a move.
Sure.
So we're in this beautiful area here in downtown Yuba City. You came from the other side of Yuba City. And so you made the move during that time as well. So tell us about that.
Interesting that you bring that up. This has been in the works for a couple of years.
Okay.
And I really struggled with moving it during the pandemic. I really did, but it was either then or not at all. And so during the pandemic, we were short hours at the flower shop, and it gave us the opportunity to put in the showroom here. I don't think if we had that extra time that it would have happened, but it wouldn't happen as smoothly as it did.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we moved in here, and 30 days later, we opened up a showroom.
Wow.
I mean, we did the inner workings in the back, and all the stuff was brought over, but we put together the showroom in less than 30 days.
Wow.
October-ish, and we opened up in November. But I don't think with that downtime, it would have been quite as smooth.
Right, right. And how was it during the pandemic? I mean, did you
know,
stay
we had
open?
We stayed open.
Okay.
We during the holidays, we limited guests in, and we really had a super holiday, a super fourth quarter. People, I think, still are confused of what's open, what's not open.
Right.
We're at the tail end of the pandemic, so I think things are going to be shiny from here on out.
Yeah, and we'll hopefully all recover from this.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I think we live in a great community that really sticks together.
They stick together, they support the small businesses,
yeah.
and everybody seems to be friends,
Yeah.
and everybody knows everybody.
Right, right.
And no, it's a well-knit community for sure.
Yeah. So a little bit about your country florist over there.
Sure.
You've been there for how many years?
Well, I've had it for 14 years.
14 years.
The business has been there since 1966, so we're going on, about 55 years, I guess.
Yeah.
I bought it from the original owners, Fassing Al Ludwig, and I used to work for them when I was a freelance designer back in the late 80s, early 90s. A good business then, and it still is a good business.
You know, it's a wonderful business.
Absolutely.
I have to tell you, we got our wedding flowers there, prom flowers there.
Sure.
Parties. I mean, You're very well known. Your staff is great. You all
thank
do
you.
a great job
Thank
there.
you.
Yeah.
It's odd because I've done fathers' 50th birthday parties, and now I've done some of their children's 50th birthday parties. And it's like, oh my gosh, don't do the math. And our clients have become very good friends, almost like family, some of them. So
Definitely.
it's been a great venture.
So how can people find you? What are your hours of operation?
Sure.
And do you have like social media and that kind of thing they can look you up on? And
Sure. We're at 523 Reeves Avenue. I always say next to the water tower or at least Canton.
Yeah.
And then our hours are Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and then Saturdays, 10 to 4.
10 to 4.
And then we do some email blasts, we do Facebooking, and we do a little bit on Instagram. And then we'll be developing a website sometime this summer. There's a lot of things down the road that we'll be developing for K. Roberts, but as
Great.
now we're come in and visit
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Well, thank you so very much. And I encourage every single one of you to come in, shop, especially my realtor friends. You guys we are always looking for client gifts. Come on in here. You are gonna find so many amazing and beautiful things. So I'm out. I'm gonna start shopping.
And stop by and maybe visit with Joanne
yes.
and Brittany,
Yes.
are the two girls on our team that operates the shop for me.
Yes, come say hello. Hey everyone, before you go, stick around. We had an opportunity to chat with Kevin about everything that he carries in the store, from who makes it to where he gets it from.
These are beautiful handmade purses from Kathleen Cotter. I believe she's in Louisiana. I had found them at the Dallas Gift Show. They're Spanish cashmere furs and leathers, and she hand makes all these.
How about these?
Now,
those are different.
No, these are cowskin rugs. I think they're about 5 by 6 feet, kind of
Okay.
like the one in the window there.
Oh, I see.
And then this is a line that they've taken scraps of leather and quilted them back together to do the whole line. So all the purses
very
are
nice.
recycled or reclaimed scraps from other products that were designed, and then they made sewed it as patchwork and then created this whole line of purses.
What a great design.
And there's several different styles of them on the back side there also. Because we carry a great line of tree pottery from Italy. This is a
Beautiful.
leaf pattern, and you'll see it throughout the showroom. There's a white series over in the other corner of an aqua and some blue and white. The soap line is made here in the US of A. And I actually have been using that at home for the last 2 or 3 years.
Have you really?
Great line of purses over here that are
Those are
from
different. I was looking at those.
Vandula out of London. Does these great kind of character type purses,
Yeah,
handbags,
cute.
wallets. And we carry this ceramic heart line from Laura. She's out of Chicago. I had found
Love the
her in
hearts.
a show in Philadelphia a few years ago. A lot of the pieces are buttons, patterns from some of her grandmother's buttons that
Oh,
she
wow.
had, and some lace and doilies and things that from her grandmother. So I think they're
Very
really special.
neat.
We carry the V jewelry from France, which is kind of a timeless jewelry line that we've carried for several years. Of course, then we carry locally made goat milk soap from Bo Roberts out at the Sutter Buttes. She has a great line of different.
And it's great soap. I've
it's
used
great
this soap before,
Yes.
and it is absolutely, it's great for so many different things too.
Absolutely. She has some for oily skins, scrub, looks like salt and coffee
And I know some
scrub.
of them work, and I don't know if these do, but for even eczema.
And we also carry a baby line, or 2 of them. Goose Waddle
Oh, I didn't
is
see
one of
that
them.
over here.
And then we also carry Little Giraffe, which is another baby line. Oh, you know, these are kind of interesting. These are made these are done in Indonesia, but they're paper. It's paper.
I thought so. I was looking at
Can you
those
imagine having that
earlier.
job? But I think
That's gotta
they
take
were done
forever.
well. Oh, we carry Morris Cotter's pottery too. He was my high school teacher, pottery
wow.
teacher. Can't think of Max's last name. He was a local artist. We carry his smaller pieces, and he had some of the bigger pieces.
Here are those crosses.
There's the crosses
Yeah.
from. They're good.